People, SconzE here, back with more One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, and we are going to fight CP9. I'm trying to think. So I know Luffy fights... Oh, okay, never mind. At first I was like, who does Zoro fight in it? Because I was like, I remember Sanji fights Jabra, does the Diablo Jambe, Zoro fights Kaku, the giraffe, and Luffy fights Lucci. I kind of... You know what? I think we're going to go Sanji for this one. Just because I love when he gets the Diablo Jambe to fight Jabra. Actually, I don't know if we're going to be able to have that unlocked yet. Ooh. You know, I think we're going to stick with Zoro for the... mainly. Because we'd have to go through the unlock things for Sanji, and if I don't have Diablo Jambe, then I don't care. Zoro, I think we're just going to focus on him so that way we can, like, max him out and, you know, just make these fights a little bit quicker. Spam that. I remember before I ever watched One Piece, like, I saw this character, because, you know, like, Adult Swim would always be, or what was it, Toonami? Yeah, Toonami, they show, like, the anime late at night. On the weekends, I think it was. I remember they were airing the Enies Lobby arc of One Piece. Because I guess that's what the dub was up to at the time. And I remember seeing Spam Dam and being like, this guy has got fucking... I was like, this Mankind's mask. I was like, from WWE. I was like, that's Mankind's mask. I was like, what the hell? And then you realize when you watch One Piece that there's a bunch of characters that are references to a bunch of different things. Like, well, I don't know if it's like specifically, but one thing that's cool is the original admirals, I think Fujitora as well, but Kizaru, Aokiji, and Akainu, they're all, like, you can look them up online, they're all based off of famous Japanese actors from the past, and they just, like, look exactly like them. It's really cool. I wanna live! Say it, Robin! Fucking say it! That's not the line. Say your line! I wanna live! And then he's gonna be like, Spandam's gonna do his thing, whatever, and then Luffy will be like, Usopp! Shoot it down. Oh, you know what? Well, I still think someone of, like, Magellan's level should have been stationed here, in terms of just, like, it making sense for, like, what, you know, the world government does. But the whole thing with the flag being there, you could look at it as the same as, like, how, like, with Whitebeard's territories, how, like, Whitebeard would put his flags around. It's like, this area is protected by Whitebeard. Like Fishman Island originally, before he died, and then Big Mom took it over. At this point, this is when the fucking elders should have just put an end to this shit. I mean, they know! Fucking Luffy! They know! He's the son of Dragon and the son of Garp. Well, and the grandson of Garp, I mean. They know who he was! They should realize how much of an issue this guy is gonna be. They did. They took care of Ace. Took care of it. Well, in all fairness, they didn't. They never really got Ace. It was like Blackbeard. Got him, dude. Ace would have beat Blackbeard if Blackbeard's fucking devil fruit. Oh, she said the line. If what is it? Blackbeard's devil fruit wasn't just like OP like crazy and nullified the other devil fruits. However, another thing. Oh, there was the panda guy. Did you see him? It was only brief. It was a second, but he was there. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, dude. Ace would have been. Imagine how powerful Ace would have been if Whitebeard trained him. Imagine, dude. Fucking imagine. Because he never got anything like that. Luffy trained with Sabo. Luffy trained with Sabo. Luffy trained with Rayleigh. And Sabo trained with Dragon. Like, dudes. He would have been crazy fucking powerful if he actually, if Ace did some training. If Whitebeard trained him, forget about it. It would have been awesome, dude. But unfortunately, it's just not the case. Wait, what's the Herculean strength? Increases break gauge attack power. What else do we have? Put that in. Sure. And skill set. Nope. Special move. Did we get another one? So what is the... Yeah, so, okay, so that's that attack. Alright, so we want... Here's what we want. We want this too. Yeah. Yeah. And... we're gonna keep the spinning one. We're gonna keep that one. Alright. Set sail. Dude, Ace as the son of Roger, he should have led the next generation. It would have been awesome. Dude, I wish Ace was the main character instead. It would have been way more awesome. You know the only reason why they killed Ace is because he would have, I mean, Sengoku even said it, Ace would have been what Luffy kind of is now, the leader of, like, the next generation. That's literally what Ace would have been. Ace, because what would have happened is, like, if they didn't kill it, if just Whitebeard would have died, Ace would have led the next generation of pirates. That's what would have happened. So they had to kill Ace for the sake of the story. Because otherwise Luffy could have never became king of the pirates. Luffy could have never, you know, done what he did. Ace would have been taking up that whole mantle. It's unfortunate. So we gotta just defeat these Marine commanders and rescue Frankie. Alright. Hopefully we can try to get through this one a little quick, because this one... it's gonna be a little longer one, because we gotta fight all these guys. We're gonna have to fight Jabra, we're gonna have to fight Kaku, and then we're gonna have to fight what's his face, Lucci. And then we probably have to, after fighting Lucci too, get to the bridge where we escaped. Remember Zoro lost his sword? I remember that. It just occurred to me. I was like, Zoro lost his sword on that bridge. Because the one guy had the devil fruit, the rust fruit. That's actually, dude, the rust fruit is a sick fruit. It's a shame it just became like a one-off waste. Because that's actually kind of like an interesting, unique fruit. Dude, the guy with the rust fruit, he would have been much better off doing like, he would have been much better off stationed as like someone who just like, instead of fighting on the front lines, he fights on the seas with like the other Marines, and what he does is like he boards the enemy ships and just like rusts the entire things out so their whole ships like sink, and then, you know, like a little hit and run tactic. That would have been good use for him. This is why they should have put me in the Marines. I should have been one of the leaders. I would have made good use of the soldiers. I'd be like, you do this, you do that. I would have said, get someone like Magellan stationed at Ennis Lobby so this type of bullshit doesn't happen. Because the Straw Hats, at the level they were at, should realistically not have fucking taken out Ennis Lobby. Well, to be fair, I guess it was Spam Dam who fucked Ennis Lobby with that damn Buster call. The fool he is. Alright, where am I going to the right? Am I going the right direction? Here we go. I always love this room. This is such a sick room. Let's try out this move. Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah. That's a great one. That's why it's like, why have all the other moves when you could just like fill your character's skill list or like move list with just like cool cinematic moves like that. Get that bandana on. There we go. Wait, why do we have to get the... Dude, we're supposed to be fighting... Why is Soga King over there? He's supposed to be attached to my arm. He's my sword. I guess that doesn't happen... Maybe that happens after, I think. Because then Jabra goes off to fight SconzE. And then he's attached to Zoro during the, like, one-on-one fight with Kaku. Wait, no, we're not beating him here. Is it happening already? Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, the best move. Zoro's best move. I think Zoro did that against Kaido, right? I think that's the only other time we've seen the anime. He's done it in, I think, 1 or 2 of the movies, because I remember seeing it in those. But I think in terms of the anime, after he does it here, he only does it again against Kaido, I believe it was. I remember thinking to myself, like, because that move was so incredibly powerful, I remember I kept thinking, I was like, while watching the show, I was like, bro, you're fighting these enemies and struggling, just do your fucking ultimate move again. It's like Goku, like, struggling against an enemy and not going Super Saiyan. Like, bro, just fucking do it. Like, I get, like, the thing is, what Goku usually does is, like, he tries to fight, you know, at base form and stuff because he wants, like, a good fight. He doesn't want to just, like, overpower them right away. But then if it gets to the point where he needs to do it, he'll do it. But he doesn't just be like, he doesn't just force it where it's like, no, I'm never gonna go Super Saiyan ever. Like, no, he doesn't do that shit. You know, they might have made him stupid and super, but not that stupid. But in regards to, yeah, like Zoro, I was like, bruh, you're a fucking ultimate attack guy. Like, when he was struggling with some of these people. I mean, he always got through. He always got through. I guess you could look at it, I suppose, that maybe it was like he didn't do it because he knew he wasn't at that point yet. Because he made the vow to never lose again. So, I guess maybe he knew he wouldn't need it. This is one of the best scenes in all of One Piece too. He does the Diablo Jambe, yeah, he spins, and the music, banana, banana, like, dude, Sanji's old theme song was the best. Watch this fight on YouTube. Go on YouTube. Watch this scene, and with the soundtrack and everything, it's one of the best parts. He starts spinning. The guy's like, "What the hell?" And then he's like, and then he gets the kick, and he's like, "Oh!" He's like, "It burns! What the fuck?" And then Sanji does the little fucking spiral thing in the center, hitting him all the way down. Oh my gosh, yeah. With the original soundtrack, I hate Sanji's new theme song, where it's like some weird like secret agent jazz music. It's like, it's so fucking lame compared to his pre-time skip one. And thankfully, they used it again. They did use it again in his fight against Queen. It's brief, it's quick, but they did do it again. All right, where am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to be going down? I guess. Because there's the X. Wait, head towards the door leading to the bridge of vegetation. Wait, no. Maybe, am I supposed to be going higher? How do I... No, I'm supposed to go down. What the fuck? Where the fuck? Hold on. There we go. Alrighty. But yeah, so they did Sanji's OG theme song again in that fight, and I was kind of hoping that I was like, oh, maybe it's back. Maybe they're just gonna keep using it now. But no, they still, after that one fight with Queen, they still haven't used it again. They're back to his other theme song. But the old one, it was so good. I wish they had it on Spotify. I fucking wish I could listen to that song all day. It's so good. Same with Nami has a great theme song too. Which, pre-time skip, they had so many great theme songs they don't use anymore. Nami had a great one too, where it's like, it's like, it's vibes. That theme song is just the definition of vibes. And that one they did have on Spotify, but it was only a short time. It was like someone uploaded it. It was only there for a short amount of time, and then it got taken down. Had it on my playlist for a little bit, and it was, oh man, it was great when they had it. Because that's a song that it's like, if you just want to like have something playing in the background, it's like, not like intense music or anything like that, or just something, just chill in the background, a little background noise. Nami's was perfect for that. So good, so good. Yeah, I did. Oh! Dude, why did they skip the Long Ring Longland arc? What the fuck? That should have been in the game. You know, my friend, before, so when I watched One Piece for the first time, my friend originally told me, he was like, I was like, oh, he was like, Long Ring Longland is filler. That's what he told me. I was like, is this filler? Is this a real arc? He's like, nah. He's like, Foxy. He's like, yeah. He's like, the Davy Back games, that's just all filler. And he like legitimately thought that. He wasn't like pranking me or anything. He just legitimately thought that. And we were at a Newberry Comics, I remember, and I saw like we were like in the manga section, and I'm looking at the One Piece manga, and I see, and this is like some time after I had like got through the Foxy arc, and I see one of the books, and I see Foxy on the cover, and I say to my friend, I'm like, I turn to him and I'm like, guy, oh, you said this shit was filler. I'm like, it's right here in the manga. I was like, filler my ass. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, oh, I thought it was filler. I was like, okay. Another thing he got wrong too, which this I actually love. I actually loved that he got this wrong because it made me so extremely happy. Crocodile, like I've said it before in the past, Crocodile is my favorite villain from One Piece. Love Crocodile. And I asked him, I said, oh, do we ever get to see Crocodile again, like after Alabasta? Because dude, he was awesome. I loved him. And my friend was like, nah, he never appears again. I don't know how he forgot, but he did. But then we're at I'm watching the show. I get to Impel Down, you know, and as you guys know, there's Crocodile. He's there in Impel Down. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, it's him. It's Crocodile. I was like, this is great. He does the whole, like, you know, Sashi Buruwa, Mugiwara. And that a lot of people agreement that was like the greatest One Piece outro. Or at least one of like top 5 at least. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh, it's great to see him again. I was like, he'll probably just, you know, stay here and Impel Down. He's just like, they just like see him as like a cameo. But then they break him out? And I was like, okay, sick, so he'll be out and about. And then not only that, he joins up with them? And then we see him fight in Marineford? The Crocodile, the Marineford MVP, slashing Akainu, clashing with Doflamingo and Mihawk, and doing all sorts of stuff, saving Ace, saving Luffy. I mean, Ace, of course, you know, eventually came to an end, but at one point, you know, he stopped it from happening sooner. Dude, I was so happy seeing Crocodile in those arcs when I thought he was never going to show up in the show again. And now he's with the Cross Guild, Buggy and Mihawk. Oh my gosh. Dude, I really hope. I remember I kept thinking to myself, I was like, they gotta get Doflamingo in the Cross Guild. They have to make what the Cross Guild needs to turn into, which would be the most awesome thing ever. The Cross Guild, because they disbanded the Shibukai, I think that was what they're called, the Seven Warlords. Bro, imagine they made the original Seven Warlords, that becomes a Cross Guild. You already got Crocodile, and you got Mihawk. Now, Boa Hancock, throw her into the mix, because the Marines came after her, but then, like, you know, they did the whole thing, and now it's fine. Dude, throw Boa Hancock in there. She would never join them, but that'd be sick. Then you get Doflamingo somehow escapes. I mean, we just saw him recently there with Magellan watching him during the whole, I forget, what was it? They were talking about the stuff with the Sea Rise, that, you know, the Vegapunk message, which took fucking 10 episodes for 10 minutes. But like Doflamingo said, maybe we should move. Maybe we should move the prison or something. And I was like, oh, is this Doflamingo planning his escape? Maybe escape. Doflamingo, without a doubt, would join Cross Guild. I'm sure he would love partnering up with them and just, like, you know, wreaking some havoc and stuff. He would totally join. And then who else? Jinbei, you couldn't have Jinbei. Because Jinbei, I guess Buggy was a warlord. So you could have, you could have him as the Jinbei replacement, because, you know, Jinbei's with the Straw Hats. Then, dude, Gecko Moria. Oh my gosh, dude, Gecko Moria totally would join, because get this, Perona was with Mihawk. She was indebted to Mihawk, you know, she spent some years with him. Now, Perona we all know, she freed Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria is back out and about, and dude, hats off to Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria is my second favorite villain after Crocodile. I know he's not the best or anything, that's just personal preference. Like, Crocodile as a, you know, favorite villain, you know, it makes sense. Gecko Moria is my second favorite. That's just a personal preference. I love Halloween-themed stuff, so that plays a big part of it, and why I love Thriller Bark. Anyways, hats off to him for, you know, having the balls to pull up on Blackbeard's territory and stuff. Unfortunately, he did get captured and everything, but we know Perona freed him, because Perona freed Kobe, and it was like, oh, I'll free you if you help me get Moria out, and so we know that happened. We didn't see it was off screen, but it happened. So, like, where are they gonna go? Dude, fucking Perona would probably be like, hey, I'm friends with Mihawk, let's go join up with him. And then you get Perona and Moria in the Cross Guild too. I mean, dude, we're fucking cooking with this shit. I mean, it didn't happen, we don't know that's gonna happen, but dude, Doflamingo, Moria, get them in with the Cross Guild. It fucking, dude, it's like Gremlins 2, it writes it fucking self. Like, we're cooking, man, we're cooking. And then, who else was the OG? Kuma, I don't know what the fuck is going on with him. You couldn't have Kuma there, because I actually don't even know what the fuck's happened with Kuma. Like, I know some stuff from Elbath. I have to check it out more. But, like, Kuma's, as of now, from what I know with him and Egghead, is, like, a weird one, because it's like, does he have his personality back? It kind of seems like it. I don't know. And Kuma's another one who's, like, way more powerful than people, like, realize, too. Like, the original Warlords were OP, dude. I mean, dude, fucking Kuma, in his fucking busted up state, fucking landed a nice blow on the Elder, whichever fucking one it was. Is it Saturn? I don't know. Whichever fucking one it was the spider one. I don't remember the names. What are we fucking doing on time? 24 minutes? Okay. We'll get through this, though, in this episode. If it's a little longer, that's okay. I gotta get out of here. I gotta head to the other place. I've taken way too much time here. It's my fault. I wasn't really paying attention to what needed to be done. Oh, yeah. One of the things, wait, am I supposed to, I'm supposed to go here? Oh Oh, we're supposed to go around the other way. I'm so stupid. I'm looking at the fucking... I was looking at the map in reverse. Anyways... oh yeah, one thing that really pissed me off, I might have mentioned it in the past before, but, dudes, when Saturn, or, I don't know, whichever one it was, the spider one, whichever one his name is, I don't care about fucking knowing their names. I don't care for the elders too much. They're fine, I don't have an issue with them, but I'm just, you know, I'm not, like, crazy about them or whatever. When Saturn had all of them there... down under his, like, power where they all couldn't move. It was SconzE, I think was Nami there. I forget, I don't know, whichever the fuck ones he had, and Bonnie and everyone. He had them all there, not being able to move. Luffy, too! He's like, restrain him. Put him in the sea prism cuffs, whatever, or, like, whatever. He was just, like, there, like, down and out. He had so many opportunities to kill them. And he didn't. The elders he's got to be the dumbest person in the fucking show. They make this big deal about how much of a problem the Straw Hats are, so that they even showed up themselves. The elders never show up to anything. And he has the perfect opportunity to take them out. What does he do? Alright, I'm just gonna sit here, do nothing, and just fucking ramble on and on. And you know what pisses me off the most is, like, he made this whole spiel about, like, how, dude, he killed his own fucking officers. He knocked them out or whatever the fuck he did when he first landed. Because like, oh, if any officers are fucking lower level officers, they can't see me and shit. Dude, he talks about how he doesn't even care about his own fucking troops. Because he talks about how everyone's ants. Everyone that isn't the elders are ants or whatever. Okay, so why the fuck, instead of just squashing the ants, you're giving a whole fucking speech to them? If they're just ants, why the fuck do you care to talk to them? Who's giving speech to ants? Like, what the fuck? Made no sense. And then they find out, oh, Kuma's on the island. He has all that time to take out, oh, Kuma's here? Okay, what does he do? Does he take out the pirates? Nope. Instead, he's like, I'm gonna take my sweet time and chill. Enough fucking time for Kuma to run all the way across Egghead and punch him in the face. Like, are we serious? That's just fucking bad writing, bro. Like, come on. Makes no sense why he didn't take them out. He could have killed Luffy. He could have Bonnie. Oh my gosh, forget about it. Dude. He had Bonnie. He was holding her and was like, alright, instead of just fucking impaling her, like he was gonna do at the end, I'm gonna do like these like other attacks that won't finish her off in one blow. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why. It just makes no sense. That shit pissed me off watching. It's the whole fucking stupid trope in movies where it's like some guy's got like the bad guy's got a gun. And he's got the guy right where he wants him, and instead of just shooting him and killing him, he goes, I'm going to shoot you now. And then someone comes in the time he says that and saves them. It's like, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Instead of being like, I'm gonna shoot you, just fucking do it. And then you succeed in your mission. Like, oh my gosh. Like I said, just lazy writing. It's so bad. Fucking horrible. Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. It's fucking shit. That's the shit that pisses me off with fucking One Piece. I fucking hate seeing that stuff. It's like, One Piece is great. It's one of my all-time favorites. I don't know where I'd put it at. Like, I've said it before. I think I said it in, like, I mentioned how we did, like, an anime stream where a lot of it was ranting and stuff. But we did an anime stream, me, Alice, and Diami. You can watch it. It's on the channel saved. It's like 2 hours. If you want to just put it on in the background, whatever. We just talk about anime and stuff. But I did mention how, when it comes to my favorite animes, I've decided, I've watched hundreds of animes, and I have so many ones I loved. So, like, I say, after my top 5, I can't even do a top 10. Like, top 5 I could do. My favorite franchises, and I don't go based off a specific, like, oh, a specific season or show, like, because I go by franchise, because, like, Dragon Ball is my favorite, like, you know, so I go, like, Dragon Ball is my favorite, Then after that is Gundam. But it's like I love all the Gundam. You know, Gundam, Zeta Gundam, Double Zeta, into Char's Counterattack, and then it goes into, you know, the other ones. You have Gundam Wing, you have Gundam F91, you have Gundam Seed, like all the stuff. So basically, the point is, I go by franchise. So I go Dragon Ball first, then Gundam, number 2, 3. I should have said in reverse, it would have been more hype. Then third, Urusei Yatsura. Not the remakes, the OG. The remakes are enjoyable too, but I'm talking about the OG series. I think it's like 180 episodes or 160. And then I think there's 7 movies, and those are awesome. And then there's like some OVA too. But Urusei Yatsura third. Then fourth, Sailor Moon. Between Urusei Yatsura and Sailor Moon, it's a tough one. But the reason I go Urusei Yatsura over it is because Urusei Yatsura, there was never any parts where I was like, oh, I don't really like this part. Where Sailor Moon, there's some bits of the shows where I wasn't too crazy about. Even like Gundam, but like I said, I go by it as a franchise overall. And then number 5th is Fairy Tail. So that's my top 5. Fairy Tail, I'll say this. One of the main reasons is nostalgia and stuff. It has a place near and dear to my heart because I watched Fairy Tail when I was way younger. I watched it years ago, back when it was like airing and stuff. It wasn't like, because, you know, for those of you who don't know, I've been watching anime for like 17 years now. I watched it way back. I'm not some new gen. You know, I always say how many problems I have with these new gens, but we're not going to get into that right now. But I ain't no new gen. I've been watching since way, way, way long ago because in elementary school, one of my bestest friends, well, even still now, you know, good friend, he's Japanese. And he introduced me to Japanese culture. Thanks to him, I got introduced to a culture that I absolutely love so much. I'm not like one of those people who's like, you know, I love Japanese culture for the actual culture. Because I used to go into the city with my friend and his family and go to these like Japanese events and stuff. And so I got exposed to that at a young age. It's not like I'm one of those people like, oh, I like Japanese culture because I watch anime. Like, you know, like, what do they call them? Otakus, like, who, like, the people that think they're Japanese or whatever. Because they think they're, like, Japanese or whatever. Yeah, because they're just, like, they watch the anime and stuff and they're like, yes. Like, no, like, I genuinely like the culture because of my friend and his family. But anyway, so that's how I got introduced to it at a very, very young age. Because he had like anime DVDs and stuff he showed me and like some of the video games, and I was like, oh wow, I was like, this is really cool and stuff. But anyway, point is, because I've been watching for so long, I've watched hundreds, and I've watched some anime from like, you know, late 70s, and I've watched 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, current stuff. I've watched it all, you know, and so because I've watched so many, there's so many I love so much that, and it gets hard to put anything past the, you know, even into a top 10. I can only really do top 5 because my mood changes around all the time. It's like, sometimes I'm feeling this show. Sometimes I'm like, you know, I see some clips from show and I'm like, oh man, so good. And I'm like, you know, I get in the mood for that one. But then other times I'm like, oh, you know what, I really like the stuff from this show. Like, you know, so it's like, I just say favorite as a generalization past top 5 because I couldn't categorize it. There's different things about different ones, and it depends on the mood I'm in. Like sometimes I'm in for more comedy, and then sometimes I'm in to more like serious ones, you know. Different stuff like that. Alright, but we're gonna end this episode. Before I end it, I'm just gonna say this one quick regarding a comedy anime. I just watched one of the best ones of all time. I didn't know what to expect from it. I went into it blind, and it is absolutely one of my top favorites. Azumanga Dao, I think it's called. I know the first word, Azumanga, and I think it's Dao or whatever. It's only 26 episodes. Oh my gosh, watch it. Literally had me laughing out loud. It's very hard. I enjoy comedy, you know, but the thing is, like, I'm one of those people, like, I don't really laugh out loud. I just, laugh in my head, stuff like that. But this show had me actually laughing out loud. It was so good. But anyway, all right, I'm just going to leave it at that. We're going to end this episode. Peace out. I'll catch you in more One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 and other stuff if you watch me doing other things. So, bye-bye.